The land of Egypt entered a new season. Under Joseph's leadership, the years of abundance began. The Nile overflowed its banks, and the fields produced beyond measure. Grain grew in such abundance that it could no longer be counted. Joseph traveled throughout the land, organizing, storing, preparing. In every city, storehouses were built. In every region, grain was gathered. The wisdom God had placed within him guided every decision. Joseph did not waste the years of plenty. He remembered the warning. He remembered the dreams. While the people rejoiced, Joseph planned. While the harvest was great, he prepared for what was yet to come. Day after day, the storehouses filled. Egypt prospered. The surrounding nations watched in awe. And, in the midst of abundance, God was quietly preparing salvation for many lives. The years of harvest were not an end, but a beginning. The years of abundance came to an end. Just as Joseph had foretold, the famine began. The land grew dry. The fields no longer produced. Hunger spread across Egypt and beyond its borders. But in Egypt, there was bread. The storehouses Joseph had filled now became the hope of nations. People cried out to Pharaoh for food. Pharaoh answered them, "Go to Joseph. Do whatever he tells you." From every land, people came to Egypt to buy grain. Caravans crossed deserts. Families traveled in desperation. And Joseph, seated in authority, opened the storehouses. He sold grain to the hungry, not knowing that among those who would soon arrive were the very ones who had once betrayed him. God's plan was unfolding. What had been prepared in secret was now revealed to the world. In the midst of famine, Egypt became a place of salvation, and Joseph stood at the center of it all, unaware that his past was about to return to him. The famine reached the land of Canaan. Jacob heard that there was grain in Egypt and sent his sons to buy food. The brothers journeyed south, not knowing what awaited them. They entered Egypt and stood before the governor of the land. Joseph saw them. At once he recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. Time had changed his appearance. Authority had changed his position. Joseph remembered the dreams of his youth. He saw them bowing before him, just as he had once seen in vision. Yet his heart was not hardened. He spoke to them through an interpreter, testing their words, observing their hearts. The past stood before him in living form. The wounds of betrayal and the promise of God met in a single moment. And Joseph remained silent, watching, waiting to see what God would reveal next. Joseph spoke to his brothers with authority. He accused them of being spies, strangers with hidden intentions. Their hearts trembled. They defended themselves, speaking of their father, of the brother who was no more, and of the youngest who remained at home. Joseph listened carefully. He tested their words, not for revenge, but for truth. He ordered one brother to be bound and sent the others back with grain. Fear followed them on the road. When they discovered the silver returned in their sacks, their guilt awakened. They said to one another, "This is because of what we did to our brother." Joseph heard their words. He turned away and wept in silence. The test had begun, not to punish the past, but to reveal their hearts. The brothers returned to Canaan, their sacks full of grain, their hearts full of fear. They stood before their father Jacob and told him all that had happened. They spoke of the ruler of Egypt, stern and powerful, who accused them of being spies. They told him of the brother left behind, bound and waiting in Egypt. When Jacob saw the silver returned in their sacks, his heart sank. He cried out in sorrow, "Joseph is gone, Simeon is gone, and now you would take Benjamin." His words were heavy with grief. The famine grew worse in the land. Days passed, and the grain was consumed. Silence filled the house until Judah stepped forward. He offered his own life as a guarantee. Slowly, painfully, Jacob agreed. Benjamin would go, and the journey back to Egypt began, carrying hope, fear, and a destiny drawing closer to its moment.